I can give this movie a 9 out of 10. Now, let's go here to Common Sense Media, and they gave it a 60%, that's like Rotten Tomatoes territory right there. Parents need to know that Thanksgiving is an extremely explicit slasher gore horror movie by director Eli Roth, based on his own fake trailer from the 2007 Grindhouse anthology. It's beyond bloody. People are dismembered, baked, and burned in an oven, then served up and carved like a turkey, shot, stabbed, and mangled. Heads are smashed, flesh is peeled, there are many ghastly images of gruesome corpses, body parts, and more. Now, I don't know why I see stuff about kids giving reviews on it. This is definitely not a kid's movie. This is for sure 18 and up. So, I don't know I'm not sure what's going on with that. Story. In Plymouth, Massachusetts, the owner of the Right Mart, which is a parody of Walmart, department store, has decided to open for Black Friday early on Thanksgiving evening. His daughter, Jess, and her friends are headed to the movies when they decide to make a quick stop for supplies. They're let in the back door, which means they have a front row seat when the angry mob of shoppers outside storms the store. It's a frenzy that turns into a massacre, leading several dead or injured. A year later, Jess, Gabby, Yulia, Evan, and Scuba are still trying to come to terms with it. Suddenly they start getting social media posts depicting the dead bodies and severed heads of all those who participated in that ghastly night. And it seems that the unknown killer who likes to dress up as Pilgrim John Carver is now after Jess and her friends. Is it any good? This gory slasher is happily absent. Director Eli Roth's former cruel, misogynistic touches, taking instead a playful, self-aware approach that both fun and darkly funny. Thanksgiving, like Machete and Hobo with a Shotgun, before it was born as one of the 5 phony trailers included in Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez's 2007 anthology film, Grindhouse. Thanksgiving feels similar in tone and in logic to meta horror movies like Scream, Happy Death Day, Totally Killer, and It's a Wonderful Knife, but with a willingness to tiptoe over slightly closer to the edge of taste. Talk to your kids about, families can talk about Thanksgiving violence. How did it make you feel? Well, about the same as almost any other gory slasher film made me feel. You know, when I talk about Halloween, Jason, Freddy, it's a thrill. It just kind of makes you feel excited. It kind of keeps the heart racing, and you're right at the edge of your seat the whole time, wondering who that killer is. And it's a mystery aspect too, so that's why they worded it like that. How did it make you feel? Was it exciting? Yes. Was it shocking? Not really, although it was a little bit of a twist as to, who turned out to be the killer near the end. And I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to spoil it. The movie's still new, so it's only been out for a week. What did the movie show or not show to achieve this effect? Why is that important? I'll tell you exactly what it did to achieve an effect of shockingness. And I'm only saying this because it already stated earlier, and I'm not spoiling the movie, but somebody was thrown into the oven. They were tied up, and they were burned alive in there. They were cooked and served like a turkey, as they said. Yeah, this movie's pretty screwed up, to say the least, and that's putting it PG. Now, the budget on the movie is $15 million, and right now the box office sits between 19 and 20 million. But again, it's only been out for a week, so those numbers are going to change pretty soon. It is a horror film, so it's not going to be in theaters that long. I mean, we'll give it 2.5 months. Now, I see that the ratings for from the other sources that gave it its rating, Internet Movie Database gave it a 70. Rotten Tomatoes 82, which is odd because Common Sense Media gave it a 60. How did Rotten Tomatoes beat them in that? And then Google users gave it 74 to 87. And I'm sure those numbers are going to change in due time because the numbers that I'm reading you right here these are the accurate numbers at the time of this recording. As of this recording, that's what the numbers are, and I'm sure that'll change. So, and a smaller synopsis of this, if you want the small version of the synopsis, is an axe-wielding maniac terrorizes residents of Plymouth, Massachusetts after a Black Friday riot ends in tragedy. Picking off victims one by one, the seemingly random revenge killings soon become part of a larger, sinister plan. Now, I also think that they had a good cast in this movie. Let's see, you had Patrick Dempsey, who was Mark Kincaid in Scream 3. You had Rick Hoffman, who actually had a guest appearance in SVU. I forgot his name in that. You have comedian Tim Dillon, Milo Manheim, Nell Verlaque or Verlaque. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. This must be a new person. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name. That happens in every single video I do. There's always at least one name I don't know how to pronounce. It's every video this happens. Addison Ray and Jenna Warren and Gina Gershon. So I think they all did an amazing job of this movie. And this movie was done by Spyglass, I'm pretty sure it was. Spyglass Media Group, yeah, the same production company that does Scream. So I'm assuming that whenever this video does get released, so in case you don't happen to see it in theaters, I'm betting that it's going to be either on Paramount Plus, Max, or Peacock. And should it not be on any of them, it may not be on the streaming. It might be on YouTube and Amazon. I have no problem buying the movie because I like it. So I can tell this is something that I'm definitely going to watch more than once. So I would suggest to all my horror film fanatics, go to the theaters to go see it. I think it's worth it on the big screen. As I said before, action movies are not the only movies that are worth the big screen. So go see the movie and enjoy it and let me know what you think.